Everybody see my face because this is how I feel. What's up? Episode 40. We almost missed Bass with Kev, but I think I see him in the background. Got his camera working. We got Brandon Arrowwood, Jay Hoyt. Audio, I'm going to guess that's Audio God. Mars 899. Kevin Terrell, I've been seeing him all over the place on social media. Big shout out to him. Dusty's in the house. What's going on, everybody? Can you all hear me clear? Tired. It's been crazy with tax time. Long hours. You see I'm in the office again. It'd be nice to start doing these from the house. We got a big night tonight, right? We got a lot of giveaways. What do we have? We have 2 Deaf Bonce woofers. We have an Audiopipe kit, and we have some Marts Digital amps. So we ran multiple giveaways at the same time. All right, as everybody's jumping in, I got to get my energy flowing. Hit that like button, share this out. Let's get some more people in here. Hello to our usual suspects: Dave, Shirley, Cody, Crabtree, Jonathan, Nash, Juan, Kevin. I see you all in here. Tax time sales. Ben, you got a picture of that? Oh, yeah. There's a lot of stuff on sale. Some of it is winding down. Pretty much everything. Massive Audio. There's stuff from Kicker, Gale Force, Sundown, Excess Power, DS18, Deaf Bonce, Kenwood stuff, Sparked Innovations. A lot of manufacturers this year jumped on tax time sales. Deviant said if he wins, make sure you pronounce his name right. What's up, my friend? Who else we got? Trey True Love. All right, I see a bunch of people in here. All right, so make sure you hit that like button, share it out. I'm seeing the numbers go up. We've been doing a few new unboxings at the new building, which we'll play a little intro on a Kicker one we did. Really cool because we take a lot more time unboxing it, showing it to you. And on that one, we pulled in the dyno from Kicker to see what the amp does, and then even the speaker doing some flex tests. This weekend, which I'm getting ready for, in Gainesville, Florida, NHRA Gator Nationals. I'm told 100,000 people come out for that weekend. We were blessed with a vendor tent, so we'll be the only car audio type vendor there, giving away a ton of stuff. We're also going to have a live interview this weekend with Fox Sports. That's going to be a game changer. And we're going to be a front page in Drag Illustrated. So big things on the race side. My taxes dropped today. Kevin, that's nice. I like hearing people's taxes drop. That means sales keep coming in. Eric Varone, Crazy Daddy Against Daughters. I don't see the rest. What's up? Matt Stark. All right, we got a bunch of people in here. That's really cool. Make sure you hit that like button. Share it out. We got somebody tonight. Bass with Kev. First time actually talking to him directly, which is cool. He's done a lot of affiliate type, making a few dollars here and there, sharing out his coupon code and links. He's a YouTube guy that goes out to car shows. We actually met him, I think, at Sundown. Cool cat. So we're going to be talking to him tonight. We're going to be bringing up all the winners for these giveaways and probably a few other things. So I don't know, Ben. Let's get this shit started.
Let's go. It's the Big Sound Podcast. Welcome back. Got one hell of a cast to keep it action-packed. Big Ben on the scene, yeah, and Taylor the hair. Allie the Queen and Big Jeff in the chair. Got audio legends coming on the show. If you need some advice, then you'll be good to go. Got the usual suspects at the chats. And Deviant for life, straight rapping facts. Let's go and hit the website no matter what your budget. Year, make, and model, we will tell you what fits. And hair tricks, get them for just $1. Cop a Big Jeff shirt and pop your collar. We bout to take off like a convertible drop top. Haters sneaking in, they get hit with that bot shot. Before we set it off, you gotta do something. Grab your chain, your shades, and your pinky ring. Now we ready to go, yeah, it's time to begin. You know it's Big Jeff Audio for the win. Team Big Jeff, y'all can start the show. Let's go.
3, 2, 1, go!
When you are in the need for some good car audio content, car audio-based demos, system builds, great car audio reviews, and more, be sure to check out Bass with KEV. We met him at a car show, and boy were we impressed with him and his content. Hey, check him out hanging out with Parker the Basshead. You should check out his car audio unboxings too. They are really good. Be on the lookout for some of his live streams too.
I'm gonna go ahead and jump off this live, and I'm gonna try to come back later on tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bass with KEV.
What's good? What's good?
What's going on, man?
I don't know. It's a big night. One, this first time we're actually getting to talk one-on-one, and two, with tax time, we launched a bunch of giveaways, so we're going to be announcing those winners tonight also. Man, Bass with KEV, it looks like you are hitting that scene hard. I mean, how many shows are you going to each year right now?
When we first started out, we were going to little bitty shows in country towns, and
Right.
every weekend we can go to one we was going. So probably 20 a year we can get there at least.
I'm sure you've seen everything from backyard crap to some killer stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, especially in the backwoods, you don't know what to expect going to shows like that.
You're right.
And I think some of the bigger shows, you see the same stuff. So going to a smaller show, you get to see everyday people, right? You know, that aren't making to the sundown show and all the, you know, the popular ones. So that's got to be a big experience. Tonight, though, we have a huge night with you. I'm sure we're going to have a ton of questions from everybody for you. And we launched off 4 different giveaways these last week and a half. So we're going to be announcing those winners tonight. Ben, hit us off with that promo on the giveaways. Another giveaway, tax time giveaway with Audiopipe. You can win, bam, that whole package right there. 2 woofers, box, amp, and an amp kit from Audiopipe. With another giveaway, and guess what? We're gonna name this one the Hater Giveaway. What are we giving away? Not 1, 2 Deaf Bonce 4512. Yes, those big Mamma Jammers, $1,000 a piece, even on sale right now. We're giving away 1 and another one. So 2 winners will get 1 of those. You can even another giveaway. We're already running 1 for my eBay screw up. So now you can win an MXB 3000 1 ohm and an MXS 1200 by 4 2 ohm. Run a whole system. Free. It's the version 2. Nobody even has these amps yet.
Are you the winner of one of these 3 giveaways? Don't go anywhere. The winners will be announced during this episode.
You know, Kev, when the company started to grow and we started to get some social media action, like, one was obviously marketing, right? But the other way was to give back, because I tell my employees all the time, we wouldn't be here without the customer. And as much shit talk as people see here and there, at the end of the day, we're always trying to give back in a way. And yeah, it's also marketing, but I don't think any company has given away as many things as often as we've done. And that's just to give back as a thanks. And it sucks because you got thousands of people. In this case, between all these giveaways, we blew up Facebook especially, but there's only 1 winner per giveaway. And that's the sucky part, right? So everybody tonight, if you win, congratulations. If you don't, cheer them on. And we're always going to have more. We got a couple coming up, like the lithium battery from American Bass. Me and MechMan are going to be doing a Big Jeff battery and a MechMan alternator. We got a bunch of stuff coming up. So there's always another chance. I always tell people, just because you don't win the lotto that week, you don't stop playing the next week. You know what I'm saying? I got you on tonight. I think the first thing I got to ask, what even got you into doing this, man?
I actually went to a show I think it was like early 2000s. I actually had a car audio deal. I was selling car audio, and had a distributor I was going through. I was selling it and whatnot, and then I kind of backed away from it, and I've been away from it for a while, and
Right.
so I went to a show with a buddy, and one of those ones with Mecca and whatnot, and they were running the lanes. I'm like, man, I'll never spend that much. It ain't that serious. So about a week or two go by, I come back again. I said I'd never go that far. And before I know it, the next month I was in. I was all in. I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. Then I wasn't recording anything at the time, but I was like, I kind of like recording anyway because that's what we do, advertising anyway. So I was like, man, I'll just show for the people who don't know about, these car shows and how serious it is. I'll start recording it and let them see it. So that's what made me start recording it. And like I said, I never knew anything about affiliates or anything like that. And people was like, just put it on there and maybe we can just save a couple dollars. And then, I went from there. So.
That's Deviant here. He does our music, but it's funny that you even remember that, man. I don't know how many episodes ago we're talking about the first car I had a system in, and he remembers a Dodge Omni. That's the thing that this should be. It does get too serious. You're right? Because there is some competition involved, people spending money and time, but it should still be fun. That's what music's always been about. That's what cardio has been about, and I think some people just take it too far, man. Like it's almost like makes you want to turn from it because it's just like, why? Why does somebody get to that degree over something that's supposed to be a hobby? And it's not like people are competing and making $100,000 on winning at a Mecca show or something like that. This is ultimately bragging rights and things like that. You're spending your money. I just feel like even groups, when I was younger, I was in a car club, but there was so much who was screwing whose girl and who had this or had that, and it's like it doesn't make it fun anymore. You know what I'm saying? Juan says, Kev, was there any setup with the factory electrical that surprised you?
I think when I go to those backwood shows,
right.
I run across the guys. They have a extension cord in there, man, and they have a extension cord, and they just get what they can afford. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody can. Yeah, but it worked.
Right. Yeah.
And it was impressive. It was a little bitty car, man, and people just clowned him.
Right.
On the video. And the guy was just starting out. I could tell he was doing what he could, and he was really surprised that I came and got a video. I told him everybody's demo counts. You know what I'm saying? So I went ahead and got the demo, and he was just so excited about it. And I told him, you deserve a chance to let everybody see yours too. And it was really impressive. I think it actually done, quite a few numbers on YouTube or whatnot. And I think it's more people like that than it is the guys who can afford the higher end stuff.
Right. We got a spot on our website to shout you out because I tell people, if you're proud of your build, even if you got equipment from us or not, and you want to send in pictures or video, I got no problem shouting you out because, that's what happens. Some people are scared to put their stuff up because they're afraid of the reaction. And the reality is this dude made numbers with an electrical cord. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. As funny as it might look, give the guy some props, making it work. You know what I'm saying? So, I appreciate you doing that. What was your plan when you first started actually recording videos, right? And you set up the YouTube and all that. What was the plan? What were you planning to do originally, and then what did that turn into?
It was actually just for fun, because we did printing on YouTube and everything like that. We sell blank supplies and stuff like that. So that was for our business. So this was just a little hobby type deal, and it turned into people started coming to me saying, "Well, you should do this. You should." I said, "I'll give it a try," and that's when I started just linking up with different people and. A lot of people wouldn't want to deal with me at first because they never seen me.
Right.
So once they started seeing me in person and stuff like that, okay, it's a real person. So that's when I started actually, like I say, taking it a little more serious and try to get it monetized. It really doesn't. People don't know YouTube's kind of hard to really make anything off of it. So you really don't really make much off of it. So you gotta love to do it. You can't just get in it to do it for the money because you'll get bored and burnt out. So. I just did it for
and
fun.
I noticed you made another way to make money, because I see all the different affiliates that you have set up and that you advertise. And to me, I even made a video about it, because we were getting probably 20, 30, even sometimes 40 people sign up for affiliate link each week, and they would go post one time on their page but not follow through. And that's not the way to bring business through to collect. And we have some people now that we pay out close to $1,000 or more a month, because they're using the affiliate links and advertising it, and people are buying through that. So you can make money basically being a salesman, right? And doing it market wise, right? Online. And I think you've proven that fact, that if you put time into it and you stay consistent, and you put a little energy into making some nice, flyer or your images, that works out. People are going to click, or people are going to say, hey, actually I wanted to buy something, let me click through him or use his code, save a few bucks. But that helps you out. Is that where you more putting your time into for money back, is the affiliates, or what?
Yeah, because I actually spend more money traveling than I actually make off of YouTube.
Right.
So you make more money off the affiliate, like you say, and that's where I put most of my time in, off the doing the graphic work, and me and Mo later, we just do our graphic work all day long for the videos and all the different little advertisements we can come up with, and try to push it. And of course, you have those people who will say, well, I don't want to shop with him because I don't want to shop. I say, well, look, that's not really my business, but I try to have something for everybody. You got an option. You can pick this guy. It's up to you, but it's up to me just to bring it to you, to give you that option. So, I want to put it all out there as much as I can, to give the customers an option. If they can save a few dollars, I'll definitely tell them to use that code,
Right. But there's a lot of time the affiliates bring up new product or stuff people are not aware of. So it's one thing just to throw a code out there or a website. It's another thing to actually do affiliate and bring up product or your videos that are showing product installed. Chris here says, how come back in the day, 1,000 watts on 212s pounded like hell? Now 2,200 watts and 212s just not there. I don't know, man. I got to kind of disagree. I'll let you answer after me, man. Back in the day when I was younger, we didn't have 3,000, 5,000 watt amps. They were smaller, and subwoofers didn't take as much power. And getting even a 145 back in the day, that was huge. And anybody who was in the 150 club, that was insane back then, back in the early 2000s. I think now efficiency, better product, better construction with people building boxes and everything else, people are hit bigger numbers. How far back do you go, Kev, in the car audio world with actually hands-on?
I think I was about 16. That's been so long ago.
Right. So, I mean, back there, you're talking speakers and a board in the back, or, forget about 0-gauge wire. You're talking 10-gauge wire back then. So things have changed a lot over the years. And now cars hitting 150 with not much work in it. Definitely the increase with batteries going to AGM or lithium, has fixed power issues. Back in the day, people had to basically load a trailer with batteries to get enough power. All right, Brandon says, I think it was because you were younger, better hearing, had enough bass yet. Yeah, and then the other thing is, you guys know, after you hear it for a while, you get used to it, and then you try to turn into master installer and start cranking things up past the point, and that's when you start blowing things up. So right now, when do you get it? Like you said, you got into car audio around 16 years old, right?
Right.
When was your own first system? How old were you then?
Well, actually, I put one in my grandma's car around that time. So,
okay.
Probably when I was around 17 or so, I got me a little car. I really couldn't enjoy it because I didn't even have a license, but I had a car. So,
right.
I put the system in there. It was like a little Pioneer. Like you say, you get the little Pioneer deals. We didn't really know about entry level and higher end and all this stuff like that. It was like you get that and you get your low grade, power amp, and it was doing the job. And I think it's still the same like as it is now. You can get the cheaper stuff and it'll do it, but the expectation is higher because you see, things doing things that it wasn't doing. I didn't know about hair tricks and all that stuff until I got here. So, once I seen it start blowing around, I was like, what are they doing?
I know they're going to ask us, so I'm asking now, what do you drive now and what do you have in it?
I got two builds. I had I still got them. I got the 2011 Chevrolet Suburban. I had the two nightshades with first I had a Salt 12 in it, then I went to two Salt 8s, and then I had 16 PRV mid bass, and 8 of the mid range and like 22 on the top, and 5 PRV 3500s and a McMahon 400 and 240 amp hour excess power battery.
So if money wasn't the option, what would be the dream build?
I don't really know, man. I don't know because I really never get a chance to play it. But I'll probably
start here. If you were to pick your dream subwoofer, which one would that be?
I'll probably go back with Sundown again. I'll go back with Sundown. Probably I want to go with those Inhumanes when they come, but I don't know if I got to.
What about amplifiers?
I'm not really specific on the amplifiers. I feel like I had some really good ones, so it's like I've already experienced some good amps. So I'm not really like stuck on a certain brand or nothing like that. But I don't really have a dream system. I don't believe.
So let me ask you. You're starting to build a following. What do you think? You know, every following is they got to relate to you, right?
Right.
I think a big part of my followings from day one, I just was real. I didn't sugarcoat it. I always tried to do as many lives to show what we were, not showing pictures from the manufacturer's warehouse or seeing the actual employees that run this day to day. And it's crazy because even after that, we still get people that think like it's just two people here or something. And man, we couldn't get through 5 minutes with two people here. But what do you think the following you're getting? What do you think that they're connecting with you?
It's more like I kind of I'm hands on with the bass heads. Like, you know, when I go to the show, I actually talk with them and, you know, get to know them personally. And like online, they'll message me 3 o'clock in the morning. They're going through something. It'll be completely not bass related, but I think that's kind of like building a relationship with everybody outside of just this. So I want them to be able to trust me, you know, when they tell me something or that I'm not going to go anywhere with it or you know, like a personal friend, you know what I'm saying? Like a friend. And I think it's deeper than just bass at this point because they look at me as a friend. You know, we can relate with the bass, but, you know, we go a little deeper every time.
Taylor, get that video ready of the Florida bass. We're going to pop that up. I'm going to get him to think back a little bit. And I want you to explain because it's kind of cool that some of the videos you've done isn't just car shows and that. Taylor, go ahead and pop that one up.
All right, guys, Basic KEV here, basickev.com. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the video. Be sure to leave comments on what you believe and your opinions and whatnot down below. Be sure to use code BASICKEV when you're shopping at any car audio dealer. They got a noise law and people complaining and this and that. I kind of think they kind of blowing it out of proportion. Sometimes people can't overdo it, so I can't say it's not going on, but I definitely believe they kind of overdoing it with the whole noise violation.
Okay, the problem is deputies say your loud music is much
she had to do it. She had to do it.
To other drivers, and it can potentially.
Hold on, let me pause this.
You've no doubt felt it as you stopped at a.
So, what made you even want to make this video? And I mean, I can understand it. I hate when that happens and I get a loud ass bike go by that you can't even talk until it goes by. And I'm like, why is that okay? But I also understand having a really loud car, being behind somebody, you got kids. I can understand it, but to almost some counties were taking people's cars away, okay, which crazy, let alone a ticket, but taking your car. What made you to make this video to bring this to light?
Because when I would come to Florida, I was coming like 1 year just back to back all the time. And to a couple of shows, I went to Dean's show and a couple of other ones. And I know they were just playing it. They were just riding around. It was some of the loudest stuff I'd never heard.
Right.
So, and when I see them bring it up in the news and everybody was complaining about it, I said, well, they're doing it in Florida and they're doing it in New York, where they're taking people's systems out of the car and trying to give them tickets and citations. And then I was like, I wanted everybody to know about this. So I had to talk about it because I don't think everybody knows about that, you know, because Florida is a little bit different than everywhere else because y'all got the loud speakers, loud horns, and
Yeah.
the
And then
whole,
people don't realize Florida used to be the car audio state. Most of your manufacturers are out of Florida. You know, big shows back in the day when Daytona Spring Break was real. Florida was known. I mean, always car audio state. So when they first dropped years ago that over 25 feet or some bullshit, which a factory radio and speakers, you could hear that. Some counties were going as far as not even just the ticket, but they were actually impounding cars, man. And that was a big thing for a little bit. And then I think some lawyers that were part of some base communities tried to fight it. And but it's cool that you bring that to light because that's the stuff that we can deal with. And each county is even worse than other counties. But hearing a motorcycle go by or somebody's loud exhaust where you can't even talk, it's like, why is that okay? You know what I'm saying? But that was real cool. If you got any questions for Kev here, definitely put them up. We'll pop them on. How many shows do you attend each year, and which of them is your favorite? Which are your go-to that you look forward to going to?
Slamology, Sundown, Ruckus and Chill, Team Daily Hertz, Wake the Dead, and those are the main 5. And no, it's one more in Knoxville, SS Power Show,
Right.
And I forgot it's Greg Kelly's show. He has it over in East Tennessee somewhere. I can't even remember the name of it right now. High Voltage Show.
Right. So a lot of these shows you see the same people and it's the same cliques, or if you're not in with the crowd. That's why last year we started getting involved in NHR drag racing. Those spend money. You got side-by-sides, boats, all types of stuff. We're actually going this weekend. For me, last year having my whole name on a car, a professional drag race was, man, I can't tell you the experience being there with the burnout, seeing your name and face on it. It was incredible. This year, because they're wanting newer sponsors, not just your normal oil and car type stuff. Fox Sports is going to be doing a live interview with me this weekend, which will be a game changer. You're talking about millions of people view Fox Sports and watch these events, and the Gator Nationals brings like almost 100,000 people for the weekend, and they allowed us to set up a tent, and we're going to be doing obviously swag and giveaways and stuff there. And I hope it's a game changer. Don't get me wrong. I love all the base heads. You guys have got me here. You got my employees here, but I feel like I got to start reaching outside these cliques and these areas because they love you 1 minute and they hate you the next minute. You know what I'm saying? And that's rough. Have you taken any shit that's really got under your skin?
It's kind of like, one guy, he was trying to tell me how to do this and do that, which I don't really respond at all. I just try to let him do it. Now, it was just that one time. I let him know I'm not here to play. Just play with who you usually play with, not me. Because they're being disrespectful at some point. And you got to have tough skin and just let them do it.
Right.
And usually they'll do that in somebody else before I can even say it. I wouldn't say that anyway, but somebody else will say something to him before I would. So, I'll just leave it alone because it's not that serious because it's all supposed to be fun anyway. So
right. I tell my followers, because a lot of times they'll send me a screenshot of some bullshit and they'll be like, I stuck up for you. And I'm like, I appreciate it, but don't even entertain it. When you entertain it, it'll just keep it going. Okay.
Right.
And when shit first started with me, I was trying to explain or stick up for myself. And then you learn all you're doing. You can't change the minds of crazy people. You understand? Right. No matter what you say or do or what you put in front of them won't change what they think. So I've learned just to let it pass through and ignore it. And I tell my followers the same thing. Don't even engage it, man. It's just, if people want to be trolls and be keyboard warriors, let them, because that's all they're going to be. Juan says, Kev, what's the single most important thing you would advise someone starting a build?
Plan it right and with your budget. That's what you want to start out with. Because if you don't, you'll buy the wrong thing. You'll be buying 2 or 3 times. or
Right.
or you'll buy the wrong equipment and then it won't work out right. I made that mistake when I first started out.
Yeah, I think sometimes people are so in a rush to get it done that
Yep.
they'll shortchange some things, and then it costs them more in the long run. So I got to agree with him. Definitely planning out, taking a second to. I know it's exciting. It's like I want to get this done, but uh, get everything you need, plan it out, lay it out, right? Because uh, pretty much every vehicle I got has some sort of build in it, some more extreme than others, but it never goes the way you want it. I'll tell you that first.
That's right.
It will never go the exact way you plan. So the next thing I always tell people, because we get the question here, and most of my followers understand, but there's so many people out there don't realize that we have multiple employees just to get back to the comments and responses. It's not me. There's no way I could get it done in a month. But I tell them to tell people, get a budget, stay within your budget. Okay. Just because something might be better or you hear it's the best, if you can't afford it, it don't matter. Stick to what you can afford, right? And if it's a $300 woofer or a $100 woofer, make the best of it and go with that. Dylan says, do you think 4 American-based XFL 10s on a Taramp Smart 5K is a good build in a Dodge Dakota? Questions like this are hard, Dylan, because you got a big vehicle. So, yes, matching those speakers up with that amp, great. But then if you don't have the proper enclosure, it's worthless. And then the second thing, which we were seeing on Kev's installing like a Mechman Altair, if you don't have the electrics to power a 5,000 watt amp plus another amp for your mids and highs, it's worthless. So people ask all the time, is this going to be a good build? Yeah, if you get the proper wire management, the proper electrical, and you're not just purchasing like a prefab box. Now, we do sell King boxes, which they're prefab, but they're more tuned to a particular frequency. They're rhino coated, so they're a lot better than just a Q Power carpeted box. But the box is everything, I think, in a build for sure. Floyd, haven't seen you in a while, man. Hope you're doing better. Kev, what is the mid range? Okay, what mid range would you go with for loud and clear vocals?
I've actually had experience with PRV. I've ran their neodymium speakers and the Fortes as well. But if you want to just go out for a newer brand, Gale Force, I think Gale Force would be real nice. I don't know what your budget is, but I've seen the product in person and heard it too. So I think Gale Force would be a good one. I think so.
I gotta, because we're obviously distribute it and sell it. Gale Force, having it in your hands, it's actually very well. One, the expensive ones are top-notch quality, and you got to remember, it's not just the magnet and everything else. It's also the coil, it's the surround. There's a lot in it to make it better than other things. But the F1 is so super budget friendly, and for being water resistant for the amount of output, it's not just marine application. So you get a super tweeter, a neo tweeter on top. You get a water resistant and UV protected woofer that screams. So but I'm a DS18 man, I'm a massive audio man. Every company is going to make good and better product. It's definitely going to come down to, like we talked about before, your budget. Okay, because if you can't afford $300 neo loudspeakers and you can only afford 150, well then the 150 is your best bet, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't afford the $350 one. And if you're going to constantly listen to what everybody else says, let me tell you, I have heard every other brand in the world, every other speaker in the world is better than the next and the next and the next. And the way I gauge stuff, Kev, is I go off return rate. If a particular brand and or product has a high return rate, and we sell millions of dollars of product every year, well, then it's not a great product because the return rate. If a speaker, amp, or whatever has a small return rate, and that is going out to wholesale for dealers that's supposed to know what they're doing, and also the online community that kind of knows what they're doing, right? And it doesn't have a high return rate, well, then that's taken a lot of abuse. So that's normally how I answer the questions on what's best and not best. Okay, Chris comes back with when do you decide that it is time to upgrade factory speakers to match the boom, or do you really have to build up door panels? Well, definitely don't have to build up door panels. You can get a lot of sound out of it, but I don't know, Kev, how would you answer that?
Once you start turning up that, well, it could also do with the amplifier you're running and all of that. But I hope you don't have amplifier on your stock, radio. 'Cause a lot of times it'll blow. I already did that one. A lot of times once you get that bass up so high you can't even hear the doors, that's probably when it's time.
Right.
And
even starting simple, just a cheap coaxial with an amplifier that has a crossover will take out the bass out of there and allow the mid-range to play, and that's going to be a lot night and day difference louder than the factory. But that's a combination of even cheap $50 or $100 coaxials and a small 4-channel or a 2-channel. But also remember, when you want to put the big Gale Forces in, or PRVs or DSA, you also have to supply the power. We used to get all the time, Kev, people would return, like DS18's most selling speaker all time is a 6.4 BM. It's the one with the red bullet.
Yeah.
4 years straight, top seller over everything. But people would still buy that thing and put it in a factory system off a factory radio, and then write us to say how shitty it sounds. And they're running that off of like 8 watts on a factory radio, right? And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, you have to amplify that to get that sound out of it. So always first thing, even if you're doing something cheaper or good, you gotta amplify it properly. You gotta match up RMS power. Yep. Okay, we got another question here from Brandon. Big Jeff, when are you gonna come out? Big Jeff Audio Silver. Hey man, I got no problem selling everybody else's shit. Let me tell you why. And as much as people think I hate Down for Sound, I don't. I give him respect for what he built, okay? For some reason, his Trump followers hate me and always try to throw shit in the game. But when you bring on your own brand, one, everybody has a dream of doing it because they get these messages on Facebook or Alibaba. You're dropping several $100,000 to get what they call minimum SKU, right? Of each SKU. A container is anywhere from $200,000 to $400,000. Okay, so one, when you start to brand your own stuff, you definitely don't want to just slap a name on the same thing that everybody has. It's almost hard to make something new now, so you got to change it around. But if you're a online seller and distributor like me, the moment I start to brand more than just a few items, I now have to put all my time into that because it's my brand. And then that makes me stop putting the time into the brands that got me here. And then kind of like Down for Sound's at right now, where they're bringing in a full line, which means they're going to slowly drop brand by brand because he has to. He has to support his Down for Sound line. So for me right now, I have no problem launching products like Marts Digital or working with new guys like Gale Force or dealing with Sundown, Excess Power, DS18, or even Massive Audio. A lot of these guys would give me exclusive rights to sell in particular places or to control the market. And that, to me, man, is where I'm at. Down the road, who knows? Maybe there'll be a big Jeff brand. But I can tell you right now that I like having different – man, I like being a buffet, bro. You know what I'm saying? You come to the website, there's something for everybody. You know what I mean? But who knows down the road? Right now, I'm happy with having a battery that if you look, it doesn't look like anybody else's. It's been tested. It does its job. It's in a decent price point. A few little items like a bass knob and some other stuff. And I'm happy selling all the brands I sell, like Kicker and Rockford and everybody else. So great question. We don't know what's going to happen in a few years. But anybody that has that dream or even tells me it's not that simple just to brand your own product. And if you are, you're going to bring in 1 or 2 items, and it's going to cost you a fortune. Okay, let's do this. I want to play that. Ben, we're going to take a quick break. Let's do the Kicker unboxing preview. So before you start that, Kev, so I don't know if you've been following, but we got to get a second warehouse. Ran out of room here. Okay. So that warehouse is straight overflow. We don't do any business out of there. We only go there to bring product back. But, of course, the warehouse came with an office. So I said, we don't need an office. So I said, let's turn that into the video room and the testing room. So went all out, put 2 benches in there, toolbox, table, lights, cameras. So we are slowly stepping up our unboxing. We are going to get more into doing dynos. We're definitely doing where I bought a DATS system where we could actually read the FS and the VOS and all those of the speakers, because a lot of people need that to build a box and the manufacturers don't give it. So we're slowly stepping that up. My schedule, anybody want to trade a day with me, you're more than welcome to. I'm still going 7 days a week and 18 hours, sometimes 20 a day. But here, Ben, kick off that little kicker unboxing. Okay, we are back with another unboxing. So, looks like you got a solid 4-gauge input. It does have a input for a remote bass knob. All right, level input, high or low, gain, crossover, 50 hertz to 200 hertz, bass boost 0 to 6 dB. What we have here, 48 CWRT 12.2, which was that I noticed here. That's a nice red stitching. I like the kicker logo. So made for slim boxes under the seat. Then the other thing I noticed, which I'm going to use the Big Jeff cam here so you can see
Jeff
it.
Cam activated.
Those push terminals. Those aren't cheap at all. I'm Big Jeff signing off. So obviously y'all can check out the full episode on YouTube. We got the dyno on that. We got a good flex test. We broke the speaker down. That's what we're trying to get in more and more. You know, for a while, when we were going to car shows, my guys were going out there taking video and film, but you know, there's other people doing that. That's not our thing. My thing with YouTube was never to be a YouTuber. I don't do it to make money. It was to market the Big Jeff Audio brand as a company, right? And what we feel like this year doing more and more is to show everybody the product before you get it, right? And it's hard to list or do 4,000 items, but stuff like that as a flat sub, the whole video shows how Kicker made vents to cool it off. I mean, there's a lot of, man, Kicker really goes to the end with designing stuff. So you guys can check that out. We got plenty more coming after this big show this weekend at Gainesville. We're going to be putting more time in there. And that's my plan. What is your plan moving forward for 24, bro?
Yeah, I'm finna get ready to go to a show here pretty soon. So I think this will be the second show of the year. So I got to get it in motion, man. I feel like the shows are so spread out. I feel like I got to just do a lot more traveling. So hopefully I'll be down in Florida. I got to get it moving. Of course, I got to work on my build while I'm trying to keep it going. So I got 2 of them in the work, so that's what I got.
Hey, I give you props because YouTube is not easy, and there's more and more people doing YouTube. You know, 10 years ago, it wasn't so congested. Views were easier, subscribers were easier. Now there's so many people on there putting up videos that, you know, it's flooded. And you know, we came clean and said how we grew our YouTube so fast was YouTube even now has advertising. We can advertise your videos. So there's so many ways there. For me, it's just getting the product out there, or even what we do every day out there. So people, you know, my thing, Kev, I was always trying to build a connection with everybody. You feel me? I come from the street. I've been to prison. I've had a fucked up life. I turn it around. I started this company with nothing, just working a full-time job and a hustle to get here. And I tell everybody my story is anybody could have done this. Anybody still can do this. And I tell my sales reps on the wholesale side, we just need to find the next Big Jeff, because that guy now is spending millions of dollars with vendors, right? And I would love to have another Big Jeff buying from us, the different brands that we distribute. So, you know, one thing I hope you all learn with Kev here, it's not easy. He spends more money traveling or going to these things than he's even making. So he has a passion for it. So give him some respect for that, for sure. Okay, you guys got any questions? We're getting close. It's about 8:14. I know we got a lot of, we got a lot to announce here. Kev, we're giving away just this stretch, an Audiopipe package, 2 of those Deaf Bonce 4512s that just came out. Those are $1,000 a piece. And then what else do we got? Oh, the Marts Digital V2. So the cool thing about that is I launched that line about a year ago. It's gotten out there. There's a lot of distributors. There's online sellers. But we're the first with the V2. Part of our deal was that new product. Let me tell you something about Marts, man. They took everybody's comments, complaints, and they made changes. So people complain about the bass not being cheap. They complained about not having Tiffany style RCAs. They complained about the inputs for power not being big enough, to fit big wire. The speaker going out, having a clipping light on there. So Marts took all that in record time, made those changes. We launched the V2 stuff, which took an already good amp and made it better. Almost looks like you're getting a Korean amp, but it's not. So that's a huge giveaway tonight. Okay, if you got any questions for Bass with Kev, pop it up. What we got here? ETA on B2 audio. Great question. So this is the stuff that people don't know every day. For him to get stuff here, it's not just shipping. There's also, you have to be bonded and licensed. And with any kind of international trade, you have to be registered. So we were basically waiting for the red tape or the paperwork to finish. Jay Home reached out to me. We never even knew each other. We got put together a real weird way, but I don't know. Kev, you ever meet somebody when you first meet them, you just click right away? Like you felt like you've known them for years?
Yeah.
When Jay came actually and flew out here from Vegas, man, that first night we hung out and, man, you couldn't tell like we haven't known each other for 10 years. Good people, got real screwed over a couple years ago with the B2 product. I'm not going to go into that, but he wanted to bring somebody that he could trust that had distribution, had the platform to bring the product in. Our plan is to get the product over here and set up at least with online to get product out, because a lot of the new product has never even been in the States, and then slowly start to set up some dealers and then distribution. So we're not in a rush, but I would say within a couple months, we'll have the bulk of the line over here ready. So be patient. It is definitely happening. We just have to work through international red tape. So there's the answer on that. Kev, you coming out to Classics this year?
Yeah, I should be back this year. I came about a year, not last year before last. Yeah, I'll be back.
I heard Classics has changed up a lot over the years, though. Has it?
I heard too.
Yeah.
About the music law, I think was the music law where they didn't want them out or something.
No, they did that for Slam Fest, but I think as long as they have permits, the music's fine. But I do think they tightened up a lot of stuff. Obviously, you got a lot of ghetto ass motherfuckers going out there.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So just be real. And not all of them are there to have a good time. They're there, you know what I'm saying, to claim their fucking area. So it is what it is. Chris says, Kev, you ever gonna do a Deaf Bonce build? Don't get to see a lot of them in the States. Could you pull it off?
I think so. Like I say, I'm working on a new one now. I'm not really dedicated to the subs and the whole thing I'm putting together just yet. But I'm open to do anything. I might just try anything. I want to start switching it out instead of running the same thing forever. Just show something.
I'm gonna tell you this. There's some, again, online bullshit because he's Russian and we shouldn't support it. He's a fucking U.S. citizen that came over here working in a restaurant and built his way up from literally nothing. One of the nicest guys in the world I met. And I'll tell you, that line has built up so fast in just the last 2 years, man. We did over $1 million cost buying last year with Deaf Bonce, okay? Good product. You know what? You don't like it, but man, there's a lot of people out there running that stuff.
It is.
We're actually going to have him, the owner, on next week, man. He's never been on any kind of live or podcast or video or nothing. And I told him he needs to come on, and everybody needs to start putting a face to the brand. You know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you, when I say this guy built it from nothing, he did. And you got to give him props for that. Yes, it's designed in Russia, but most of that stuff's coming from China like everything else. Okay, Mike says, what head unit you running, Kev? Good question.
I got the Pioneer MV. I don't even know the product number. It's just a little simple deal. I just got a single DIN in there for right now because I was having problems out of the double DINs.
Right.
With the bass hitting, they was just going out on me all the time. So
yeah, I think a lot more people are just doing Bluetooth and stuff. But I know in the Yukon, I did one of those iPads in there with that guy that makes the iPad mounts, which worked out pretty cool. But the days of playing music videos, man, that's my younger days. It ain't that big anymore. So having a screen in there ain't that big of a deal.
No.
And you more apt want to have good recorded music like these rebass and everything else. Great questions. Guys, tonight's been a great night. We've had a great crowd. We got to get close to announcing some winners here, man. So if you got any last-minute questions, pop them up. It's been a cool night. Listen, I definitely want to have you back on, man. You start doing some shows, especially seeing all the reactions. You definitely have a following. You're definitely growing. Hopefully you get some more of that tonight. You know, not everybody can pop in on these live, but they watch these video tomorrow, tonight, and hopefully it brings you some new attention. Ben, scroll across the bottom. How do they get with Bass with Kev? We have that lined up. There you go. So you can go to YouTube. It's Bass with Kev on YouTube. What's your Facebook? Is that the same for Facebook?
It's the same. Yep.
Okay, so Bass with Kev is all you gotta switch. Show them some love. Go there after the show. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Leave a comment. If you haven't seen him up on Facebook, hit him up and follow him. That's what he does this for. It means a lot. It's pronounced DVN. That's if you won, man. I don't even know who won. I stay out of it. This way, it is totally clear. I don't know till it pops up on the screen, my friend. And I can tell you these giveaways blew Facebook up. But I'm going to tell you this too, Kev. People don't follow the rules, man. This one was simple. You had to comment, name, location, why you should win, and you had to share it somewhere on your Facebook. Now, a lot of people didn't share it because we go check. So if you got picked as a winner, we go verify you did what you had to do. And then you got a lot of people that have locked pages because they're trying to hide from the baby mama, and putting it up there ain't going to show nowhere. So we actually picked a few winners that didn't make it to be winners because they didn't follow through. So that's that. So always pay attention. People want to be slick. They hear giveaway. They don't watch the whole video, and they forget the directions. And we try to make it simpler and simpler. But if you don't share it out, that's what we work for. We work for getting that shared out, marketed, new people to come to Big Jeff Audio. So that's the big part of it. But all right, it's 8:22. Let's start here with the smaller package. So we were giving away. Ben, do you have the pictures loaded of the Audiopipe package? Okay, so that was 212s, a box, an amp, and an amp kit. Full out. I think it's like a 1,200 watt or 1,500 watt system, complete package. So we're going to do the first giveaway. I'll let my guys put it up, and then if you want to announce the winner, Kev, you go ahead and announce the winner.
Okay. Kevin E. Terrell.
Congratulations. There's actually one of your comments. This guy here, man, he shared this thing out day after day after day, all of them. He was definitely trying to win. So it's all random. Sometimes we get people that win 2 times in a row, sometimes not. But congratulations, man. You put the hard work in. You followed through. You followed the rules. And guess what? You got yourself a nice little bass setup, a little package, man. So everybody, give him some round of applause. Hit us up, 737 Big Jeff, and my team will get that sent out to you. Okay, so let's go to let's do the Marts. So the Marts Digital was 2 different amps. It was a V2 3,000 watt 1 ohm with the new bass knob and everything. And then we did a 1,200 watt 4-channel. Basically, that would run any basic system and then some. And that was put up. So let's go ahead and pull up. Who won that?
Big Mike Ligon.
Congratulations, Orlando, Florida. It would be nice with my system. I hope these amps will do something for you, and we see you at one of the car shows. Bass Kev might even pop up and do some video of you. Congratulations. Yeah. Okay, so with the Deaf Bonce, look, giving away 2 to 1 person, you got to have a ton of power, the box, so we figured we'd do 1 and 1 because one of those properly enclosed with, good 5,000 watt amp would definitely make some noise. So what we did is we picked a winner from YouTube and a winner that did it on Facebook to make it fair, okay? So let's do the first winner, which would be from YouTube. The winner for the first 4512R Deaf Bonce woofer is?
Tim G. Soul Shaper 137.
Yeah, he says from Kentucky, I would love to win this. Monsters, really been waiting. Too small for me to keep reading, but congratulations from Kentucky. He won on YouTube. Okay, we got one left. You know what amazes me too, Kev? You know how many giveaways we've done? We've announced winners. We do a post even about it, and people don't even care to see if they won. That blows my mind. Right? Like, we announce it even though I know they can't all make it on the live, right? But we even do a Facebook post because we want people to know. So I hope everybody claims their prize. We give everybody 30 days to get it. But the second Deaf Bonce 4512 was picked from Facebook, and we got a winner. Go ahead and see who's the winner.
Daniel Clark.
Daniel Clark, congratulations. This is a beast of a speaker. I'm running the 4515s in my Yukon. This 12 is the same motor structure. This thing's a beast. So obviously not everybody can win, but I'll give you a little hint what's coming up. MechMan reached out and said, hey, let's collab. So we're going to be doing a giveaway with a MechMan alternator, obviously, depending on what vehicle you got. They'll give you the alternator and a Big Jeff battery. American-based Bob, everybody knows we repair things. We've been selling the crap out of the stuff. He's got a 40-amp lithium nice case box that he wants to get the word out, so we're going to be giving one of those away. And then we got Massive Audio coming back on DS18, so we're going to do giveaways for that also. So we got a whole lineup. Next week here on Big Sound by Big Jeff will be the owner from Deaf Bonce, first time ever anywhere live. This is going to be awesome having him on. And then the week after, we have MechMan, Tony from MechMan come back on for the giveaway. The week after that, we have Rob from DS18. And the week after that, we got HR from Massive Audio coming back on, and we'll be doing giveaways with each one. So listen, make sure you stay tuned. Hit that like button if you didn't. Leave a comment wherever you're watching from. Share this out. Check out Face with Kev on YouTube, Facebook, and he's on pretty much every social media. If you haven't done it, hit him a comment, hit him a like, hit him a subscribe. That's what we do it for. Kev, thanks for coming on tonight, man. It was
Anytime.
cool meeting you really in person and getting one-on-one. I'd love to have you back on in, say, a month or so.
Yeah,
and
cool.
we could just collab again and talk some more. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. This is episode 40. We've done 40 in a row, only took off 1 week. Big Sound by Big Jeff podcast, and this is what it's about, was us bringing on everybody about music, DJs, YouTubers, competition, manufacturers, and let you all see people you don't get to talk to or ask questions on a daily basis. That's what we try to bring here. If you want to be on the podcast or you have somebody you want us to get on the podcast, you need to send us an email at podcast@bigjeffaudio.com. We will try our best to get them on, or we'll get you on. And finally, if you need a shout out, you feel like you don't have the platform to get some acknowledgement for what you've done, you can email us at shoutout@bigjeffaudio.com, or you can go to our website and upload your pics and videos there, and we will shout you out. Everybody deserves some love and attention from the hard work and the money they spent. Let me bring on my team here. We got Taylor the
I guess
Hair.
I'll sit up.
No hair. Benjamin, that's my video man there, and Ali McBee here in the house. I couldn't make this podcast happen without these people. It's a lot of work each weekend, videos together and pictures together and coordinating with the people. So special thanks to them for doing this each week and coming on at night at their own time. Thank you to all our viewers, followers. Man, I got love for everybody. Even if you hate me, I got love for you because you helped me get here. So always say big shout out to the haters, and for all the followers, keep doing what you're doing. Have fun. Don't blow your money. Spend what you can, and don't listen to your best friend. He's usually going to give you some bullshit. I'm Big Jeff, signing off another podcast. 40 is down in the books.
Another show in the bag, yeah, that's a wrap. Big Sound is the best, and that ain't no cap. Hit the website if you need that merch. It's Big Jeff Audio and hit the search. I know you had fun, yeah, you gotta admit it. That boy Big Jeff took his thing and he did it. Always a win, yeah, never a L. Did you smash the like, subscribe, and hit the bell? Share it on your socials, put it on blast. We'll be back next week with another podcast. Big sound in the house, like no other. Deviant and Big Jeff, the Basshead Brothers.